Hi sewists and aspiring sewists, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Doyen, and in this tutorial I'm going to be teaching you how to make this stylish sweatpants. So if this looks like what you're interested in, then you want to keep watching this video to the end. So in order to achieve these designs, these are the basic materials we're going to be working with. The first thing I have here is the rope. Then I have the elastic I'm going to be working with. This elastic is very stretchy, and this is the little portion we're going to be working with. One way to determine a very good elastic is when it stretches so well. So the brown fabric I have here is about 1 yard. So you can either use 1 yard or 1 trouser depending on how tall you are. Mind you, we're going to be using the non-stretchy part for the length. Then for the fabric, we're going to be working with about 2 yards or 1.5 trousers depending on how wide you are. So this is another measurement I'm going to be working with. I'm working with a large size. So we know for that, guys, let's just get right into the cutting process. So after laying your fabric on the folds, the next thing you want to do is to take your length measurement. So for that, I'm going to take out 2 inches folding allowance, which will serve as my waistband allowance. So once I have that done, I'm just going to rule a line across, just as you can see me do right here. Then I'm going to just go ahead to measure my full length measurement. So I'm going to measure my full length from the point where the 2 inches stops. So my measurement book, my full length is measured as 42 inches. So all you just need to do is add a seam allowance of 1 inch or 1.5 to that. So for this tutorial, I'm going to be working with 1 inch seam allowance. So I'm just going to add 1 inch to 42 inches. So for my full length, I'm going to measure in total 43 inches. So once I have that measured, I'm just going to go ahead to mark that point out. Remember, I've always said it that while measuring the length of your pants or joggers, make sure that it is not stretchy part you are working with. Next thing here is the flap measurement. So to determine your flap measurement, you're going to divide your hip measurements into 4. Whatever you have there is going to be your flap measurement. So my hip is 44 inches. 44 inches divided by 4 gave me 11 inches. So I'm just going to go ahead to mark that on this point here. So after that, the next thing I'm going to measure will be my hip measurement, which is also 11 inches. So I'm just going to mark that on different points here and extend it beyond the waistband allowance that we measured previously. So all you just need to do is connect the dots together, just like I am doing here. Then on this line below here, I'm going to measure my thigh. My thigh is also my lap measurement. So my measurement book, my thigh is 28 inches. 28 inches divided by 2 is 14 inches. So I'm just going to mark that point here, just as you can see me do right here. So we have it like this. Then on this angle here, I'm going to just make a curve. So the distance from this point to making the curve is about 1 inch, just as I have shown you. So once I create this curve, then we have something similar to a trouser drafting. So the next thing here is my ankle area. On my measurement book, my ankle is measured as 20 inches. So 20 divided by 2 is 10 inches. So I'm just going to mark 10 inches on the downside and connect the line towards the thigh area of my pants, just as illustrated in this video. So once I'm done with all of this, the next thing will be to cut out the shape of what we have here. So I'm just going to make sure that my fabric is properly aligned before cutting out anything. After that, the next thing is to make a fold on another fabric for the back side of my pants, then position the front part on it, just as seen in this video. So I'm just going to properly align it, just as illustrated in this video. So next thing here is to add my seam allowance, my swing allowance to this flap side of my back bodice. This is also serving as an ease allowance. So on the flap area, I'm going to add an allowance of about 1 inch, then make a curve around my flap area, just as illustrated in this video. Then around my thigh down to my ankle area, I'm going to extend my allowance by 2 inches, just as illustrated in this video. So I'm going to do this to my ankle area. So after marking out the extension, I'm just going to go ahead to cut out what we have on the back bodice. So the next thing I'm going to do here is on my front bodies, I'm going to make a reduction of about 3 inches. So this reduction is going to be what we'll be using for the side designs. So on this angle here, I'm just going to mark 3 inches down to my ankle area. So next after that, I'm just going to connect my dots together. Once I'm done connecting this together, the next thing I'm going to do here is to cut out what we have here. So once I'm done cutting out these pieces, I'm going to position it on this brown fabric here, and I'm going to leave an amount of about 0.25 on each side. So after cutting, this is what we have. So in total, we have about 3.5 inches, including the seam allowance, which makes it different from the first cutout we made. So this is the extension for the length, because the length that I have here is not up to the actual length of my trouser. So basically, I'm just going to be adding this shorter one to this longer one here. So to avoid joining, I'm going to recommend a trouser length. That's if you're working with a longer length. Next thing to cut here is the side pocket. So I'm going to place my fabric on a double fold like this, then measure 6 inches on the width of my pocket, just as illustrated in this video. So I'm just going to cut out this top side to make it straight, then also cut out the width measurement just as measured in the video. So for the length of this pocket, I'm going to measure 13 inches. So you can try to come down by either 12 inches or 13 inches, depending on how deep you want your pocket to be. So I'm just going to come down by 13 inches here, and here we have 2 pieces of this pocket, this inner side pocket. So I'm just going to couple everything together as we go right into the sewing process.
Hello, I'm super excited to announce to you that online courses are now available. So if you are interested in learning more about streetwear, you want to know how to make t-shirts, joggers, hoodies, varsity jacket, track suits, sweatpants, cargo pants, and so many more, these courses are made for you. The courses are displayed on your screen. So if you are interested in registering for any of these courses, then you want to just click on the link underneath this video to register for these courses. And guys, guess what? These courses are well detailed. You're going to be learning how to identify fabrics, how to match make fabrics, size charts, measurements, and the like, depending on the course you are actually subscribing for. So you don't want to miss out on this opportunity. So kindly click on the link in my bio. Kindly click on the link in the description to actually register for this class. Bye.
First thing you want to do is take out the front part of your trouser. So on this part, I'm going to come down by 2.5. Then I'm going to position my pocket, the right face facing each other, just as illustrated. Then from the top part, I'm going to come down by 4.5 on my pocket, just as illustrated here. 4.5. Then from that point here, I'm going to come down by 6 inches and mark my point. So I'm going to rule a line of where I'm going to be stitching on, just as illustrated here. So I'm going to start my stitch from this corner here, then I'm going to make a straight stitch, then end it at the corner at the downside. Next thing you want to do here is to notch this edge here, and also do the same thing on this other side here. So once I'm done with all of this, then I'm going to turn the pocket to the wrong face, just as illustrated in this video. So after turning it over, this is what it looks like. So I'm just going to top stitch on this pocket area. Next you want to do is to turn this over to the wrong face so you can see your pocket properly. So once you have that done, then you're going to connect your pocket like this, just as illustrated in this video. So once you're done aligning your pocket together, you're going to turn it over to the right face, just as illustrated in this video. Then double stitch on this part and also double stitch on this down part here. So at this point, you can already see that the side pocket is fully in shape. So I went ahead to also fix the other side pockets, and this is what they are both looking like. So just because this particular sweatpant is for a man, I went ahead to attach the back welt pocket to this. So I'm going to be attaching a tutorial link on how I did this, just in case you want to know how to do it. So the next thing to do here is to form a closure around the downside of my pocket. So I'm going to be doing that by making a stitch on this part of my pocket. I'm also going to repeat the same thing on the other side of my pocket as well. Moving on, the next thing I'm going to be doing here is to attach the brown fabric to this front body. So I'm already going to attach to join the extension to this brown fabric here. So the extension is going to be towards the upper part of my sweatpants, so that by the time I'm going to be folding my waistband allowance, the joining part is going to be invisible. So I'm just going to make a stitch on this, just as illustrated in this video. So while sewing, make sure that you're not stretching it, so that your stitch or your seam area is not looking like a chewing gum, so that it is properly balanced. So after attaching, this is what it looks like. This is what it is looking like. So the next thing I'm going to do here is to join the back side to this brown fabric here. So I'm going to start from the ankle area of my trouser, and I'm going to make a stitch towards the upper part of my trouser. So while doing this, I also want you to take note of the fact that while sewing, do not stretch your fabric so you can get a very good result. So after sewing, this is what our pant looks like. So you can see that we are actually getting the desired result. So I'm just going to trim whatever excess that I have here, then put this aside. So I'm just going to basically repeat the same thing for the other side of my sweatpants. So after sewing, this is what it looks like. So I'd already gone ahead to also fix the other side of my sweatpants. So this is one part, while we also have the other part here. So the other part has the welt pocket, just as seen in this video. So I'm just going to position it together, making sure that the right face is facing each other. So what I'm trying to explain to you is that the side with the pockets should be facing the other side that also has the pocket. So this is the front part of my sweatpants. So I'm just going to go ahead to mark out the point for my rope. So from this top point here, I'm going to come down by 2.5 inches. Then I'm going to mark a line, across slightly, just as seen in this video. So from that mark here, I'm going to come down again by 0.5 and mark a point there again. So this 0.5 is going to serve as my rope allowance. So I'm just going to mark a line upward away from 0.5 to show where I'm going to be sewing on. I'm also going to do the same thing downward to show where I'm going to be sewing on. So I'm going to be sewing on these lines. So I've already gone ahead to make a stitch on the top side of about 2.5. Then also on the downside, I've gone ahead to make a stitch of about 2.5 as well. So I'm just going to divide that 2.5 on the downside into 2 and make a notch in between, just as illustrated here. Next, on this notch part here, I'm going to make a stitch downward. Also on the back flap area, I'm going to align it and also make a stitch straight down. So after sewing, this is what it looks like. So I'm just going to connect my crotch area together, just as illustrated in this video. So basically, you can just pin this area down so that the joining part doesn't alternate each other. So once I'm done pinning this, I'm just going to connect it towards the ankle area. So I'm going to begin my stitch from this ankle area here. So I'm going to start a stitch from here, then connect it towards the other ankle area. So after sewing, this is what it looks like. Next thing that comes in is my waistband elastic. This is the little portion I'm going to be working with because it is very stretchy. You can see that it is very stretchy. So while getting your elastic, make sure that you are getting a very stretchy elastic. So I decided not to join my elastic because of its stretchiness. So I'm just going to start from a point here, leaving an allowance of about 1 inch on my elastic. Then I'm going to be stretching the elastic round. So if I thought there's any excess, it will be easier for me to actually cut it off. So at this point, I realized that the elastic was going to be sufficient for the waist circumference. So I just had to stop my stitch, then joined my elastic. So I'm just going to be making a double reversal on this elastic band so that it doesn't run out at any point. So once you're done with that, then the next thing you want to do here is to stretch your elastic round the remaining allowance that we have here. So after attaching my elastic band, this is what it looks like. I so much love the stretchiness. Next thing after that, you want to check if your inseam is actually equal, and what you can see here is very equal. So if there's any excess at the downside, the ankle area, do feel free to trim it off because you don't need the excess. So you can see that we have a slight excess here, so I'm just going to trim it off. Then I'm going to weave the downside of my trouser because I'm going to be folding this on my straight sewing machine. In a situation whereby you're using your taping machine, you don't need to do this, just tape it once. Once I'm done with that, the next thing I'm going to be doing here is to fold my waistband like this. I'm going to be making a double stitch on it on my straight sewing machine. Then I'm also going to be folding the downside of my trouser, just as illustrated in this video. So after making a fold on my waistband and ankle, this is what it looks like. So you can see that it's actually not difficult to achieve. I'm just going to go ahead to properly iron this and also attach my waistband rope round the waistband. So if you watch this video till this point, this is me saying thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for always watching my videos. And if you're yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel, what are you waiting for? Please click on the subscription button now and turn on your notifications so you can get notified whenever I drop a new video. And do not forget to like this particular video, comment and share to your loved ones, and I'll see you again. Bye.